Oh, we're at Goodwill. We're going to head in, see what we can find. I'm still looking for some home and garden decor, always checking that out. I have a few things on my list today. I did go, now this is during the week after work on a Tuesday night, and we'll see if the selection is any better because I did go over the weekend to a couple Goodwills and it was slim pickings and there was tons of people. So at the one Goodwill, I didn't buy anything. And at the other Goodwill, I spent less than $5. I bought two little home decor items. So just wasn't a lot to pick from over the weekend. But sometimes it happens like that. And I think it was because there were so many people out shopping and just clearing out the Goodwills. Oh, and if I find anything, when we get back home, we will style it up or clean it up or whatever it needs, and I'll show you how I repurpose it, if it's something that I can repurpose in the home or if it's something for the garden. Since we're early into the season and it's too early to put garden stuff out, I'll show you the item at least.
So hopefully that they'll have a better selection on a Tuesday night, because on that recent video, I told you that the experts say either go Mondays or Tuesdays to thrift shop because it's highly stocked then, so we'll find out. So after doing a walk around the store, I seen this mirror and I was like, oh wow, I love mirrors. I love French provincial mirrors. I like gold mirrors. So that ticked all three boxes. I was like, that has to come home with me. And it was a good price too. So I'll find a spot for that. And then I found a faux fern plant. I'm into ferns right now. I think they give it a kind of springy look here at home. And with the kittens, we do a lot of faux now. And then I've been looking for some champagne glasses for a couple months now, but I never found anything I liked. And these I thought were gorgeous. And they're vintage and they'd never been used before. So even though I had very full hands because the mirror would not fit into a shopping cart, I had to stop by Books and look at this gorgeous coffee table book. So I flipped through that, and the cover, of course, sold me on it. And at this Goodwill, their hardbacks are $1.99. So I thought that was really cool, and I can use it as a decor piece after looking at it. So what a haul. I found a lot of good stuff that night. And when I got back home the next day, I had found a few things previously at Goodwill. And there's some pictures that were silver that I spray painted gold outside. And then I brought back inside and I'm touching them up with Rub and Buff. So that little one, I'm just going around where you can see the design and just going over the top of it with my finger with some antique gold Rub and Buff. And then the other two with the feathers, oh, there's a story behind those, I'll have to tell you. We are going to style those up, but right now what I'm doing is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just picking the places that kind of are raised and going around and just making it a little bit darker. So I used a pure gold spray paint, and then I used a spray paint on them that was more of a shiny gold, and it just needed more depth. So that's why I'm pulling out the Rub and Buff and just giving it a touch up. And this way too, it's kind of darkening it up. And I really like the color with the feather. The gold is really pulling out the color in the feather. So now that I'm finishing up on those, I'm gonna let them dry overnight. And then I'll take a soft cloth tomorrow and buff them out and see if I need to add any more gold to them or if there's any spots that need to be smoothed out. So while those are drying, I decided to wash up the champagne glasses. And like I mentioned, I have been looking for some pretty champagne glasses for a couple months now. I just wanted a set of them, and I was looking for a set of 4. And when I would thrift, I would find 1 or 2, but I wouldn't find a set of 4 that I liked. And I'd even went to some big box stores and looked at some to purchase, and just nothing was speaking to me. And when I seen these, they had the sticker still on them that said that they were lead crystal, they were made in France, and they're Avon, which really threw me because I didn't know Avon would have anything like that. But when I got home, I did look online, and sure enough, I seen them on eBay and Etsy. And then I did not leave them set out with the kittens. They went right up into the cupboard so that they were safe. But we'll pull those out and enjoy them, and I'll even use them for sparkling water. I think they're so pretty. Last night I gave it a good bath in the sink, and because it's a plastic type material, it dried very easily. Now I thought I would take it like I did the last time and cut around this foam and then put it in one of my planters. And I pulled out a bunch of different planters to try out, and that's normally how once I get a faux plant, that's how I try it out, or even on a real plant. And we are doing a lot of faux plants right now in the house because of the kittens, because the kittens are into everything. As you can see, Winston is joining us because he thinks he's missing something, and something about ferns they really like. That Pottery Barn DIY fern that I did a few weeks ago, I ended up having to move that out to the garden house because it's something about the moss that I used on it really attracts them. They're really fascinated with that moss. I came home from work and the Pottery Barn DIY was on the floor. There was moss all over the floor. And so instead of fighting back and forth with trying to keep the kittens out of it, I decided just to move it out to the garden house. So I'll be using it outside in the garden house for garden decor. So this one I thought I would try. It's kind of similar to that Pottery Barn one where it's got the little fronds down inside of here, the little brown fronds, and I'm kind of wondering if this came from IKEA maybe. It kind of looks like something you'd find at IKEA, but I don't know. So anyway, for $3.99, I thought it was a good deal. So I was gonna cut it out and put it in one of my pots. So I started pulling stuff out last night just to try out different planters. So I kind of like this with the white. I think the green looks really nice with the white. And I definitely would have to cut it down to fit it inside of there. And then I thought about this taller one. I like that too. Same thing, I would have to cut it down. Now this one was a purchase on clearance a few years ago at Home Goods. I thought that was really pretty. That's glass. And it pretty much fits down inside of there, except you can see it a little bit. So I think it would need to be still cut. This is what I originally, when I bought it, I thought it'd be really pretty in this. And it's way big. I would really have to cut it down and it would work. And then my other option was this really cool water pitcher that's all tarnished. And I really like this for garden flowers. I think this is really pretty for garden flowers. So I pulled this out to see, and it just wasn't doing it for me. I think this looks gorgeous with all colors of garden flowers, but I don't think the green just doesn't set it off. So which one do you like? Do you have a preference? Now, so I kept looking and wandering around my house because I move stuff from room to room. I trade out things and move it around and change it up and make it feel fresh that way. So while I was still looking for the perfect fit, I thought, well, this kind of looks like it would fit. And look at that, you guys, it's perfect. It's down about an inch down inside. I won't have to cut it, and it looks really cute, I think, in this white container. What do you think? Out of all the containers, I'm thinking I'm gonna use it in this one for now. And then I picked up also a book because I always wander over to books and look at books when I'm thrifting, and I really like this one, Romantic Country Style, Celebrating the English Country Look. And it's from Victoria, and if you've ever looked at any of their magazines, they do beautiful photography. So really like that. Opened it up, and it's actually from 1999, but when I flipped through it, and let me come around and show you some of the pictures. A lot of the stuff is still relevant today, I think. I mean, you could easily incorporate some of this into your home today for cottage. I love the staircase. I thought that was pretty. You could easily incorporate this stuff into your home today if you were going for that cottage look, but I was really attracted by that picture. And so some of the elements I liked in there was I liked the basket with the greenery in it, and of course the little table with the scarf on it and the flowers and just all of the green in the backdrop. And of course, I love doors, so I thought that was a very cool door too. So this will be a fun read. Next, we're gonna go into the bedroom and also the bathroom because I am working on a makeover. Okay, so we're gonna move this to somewhere else. Okay, so what we're gonna trade out there is two pictures that I found when I was thrifting. And what are these? Well, let me read the back. This is what was so cool. These are actually, it said they're from Target from 2001, the stickers on the back of them. And so this is the story behind these two pictures. These French love letters were found tucked away in a vintage French cookbook in a Parisian flea market. The authentic love letters were written in Paris in the years 1877 and 1880. Oddly enough, the addresses and the names of the writers of the two letters were different, but the magnificent calligraphy handwriting appears to be the same. Even the red wax seal appears to be identical. Was Jean-Pierre the same French romantic as Jacques? Was he concealing his true identity from a lover? We will never know for sure, but we can have some fun wondering. They were $2.99. I thought they were super cool. I did want them gold, and I thought they would be if I would want to decorate for Valentine's Day. I thought these would be really cool for Valentine's Day too, and these would be an easy dupe to do. You would just get a frame, or maybe you even have a frame on hand, and you can find calligraphy paper, wrote, you know, online that you could print out, put a feather that you can buy online or one you have that you found out in your garden, and put this together quite easily for a Valentine's Day decoration, or in this case, I'm going to use it in the bedroom. So let's go ahead and get these up on the wall and see how they look with the mirror. But I do like them, and I think they look really good with the mirror. Once I seen the mirror, I was like, let's do a redo in the bathroom. I have been looking for a gold mirror for the bathroom. Now, all my accents in here are bronze, and so, and I had a bronze mirror too, but I was ready for something different. I had seen an inspiration photo where they had used antique gold mirror in the bathroom. All of my decor that I'm using in here is thrifted except for a couple pieces. So, and this bathroom, as you can see, it's the ensuite, but it's very, very tiny. We have a 1970s split foyer, and most of the houses that I've been in that are similar to this always have a tiny ensuite like this. But the first thing I'm going to do is over here, and I do have some nail holes. I had decor hanging, and I ended up taking it down and donating it. It had been here since we had done the remodel, and so I was ready for something different. And even I had the decor before that even. It was my daughter's in her bedroom, and I reused it. So we got a lot of mileage out of it, so it was time to get something new. And I did notice I do need to really paint in here too, but we'll do that a different day. I had got the frame the same time I got the little love letter pictures, and then I did a Mod Podge on a picture, and I have that glued in here on the backing, and then we just did a little bit of, and it was a silver frame, so I spray painted it gold and then did the rub and buff just like I did on the other ones. So I thought that would look nice, like right here. I think I have a nail here, but I think that's too far apart. I think it needs to come down, and then I need to fill that nail hole. So I'm thinking about right there. Okay, so you can see how it's shaping up so far with the wall art, but I thought it needed something here. So I think that's where we're going to put this. I think that would be pretty right there. Oh, I like it. Okay, so now let's add some decor back in. And like I mentioned, all of these are thrifted. So I found this cute little Kleenex box holder that I put on the back of the toilet. And then I like the shower bombs. And so I have this thrifted little cup that I put those in. And I have just a stem of greenery that needs a little bit more water. And I thought that just added in. And of course our hand soap, we do need that. Faux candles. And this actually, I have another vase or another candle thing downstairs that I could use, a third one, but this is a little vase and I actually think it works well because I wanted them staggered. So there we go. Now if we turn the light off, how does it look? Oh, I like it. So I think it just gives it a fresh feel. So what do you think? Comment below. I think we did really well with our thrift finds this week. Like, share, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And thanks for hanging out today with Chloe, Winston, and myself. We love having you with us, seeing how we do home makeovers, gardening, and thrifting. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you next week.